So in 2021, the Maryland General Assembly passed the Maryland Police Accountability Act of 2021, which directed all of Maryland's 23 counties and Baltimore City to form new community police oversight bodies called police accountability boards. And the purpose of these boards is to provide external oversight of the internal police disciplinary process, and ultimately the goal is to have community control of the entire police disciplinary process, and this is the first step to that. However, a large part of and just to go back a second, the police accountability boards are charged with appointing members to the administrative charging committee and a member to the trial board, and they are charged with reviewing the outcomes of disciplinary matters considered by the administrative charging committee. They're also, and the administrative charging committees are charged with actually reviewing the findings from the law enforcement agencies' investigations of misconduct complaints from the public and deciding whether or not to administratively charge an officer. So this took the charging necessarily away from the chiefs and put it in the hands of a more community-led board. However, and then the chief is the one who ultimately can decide the discipline, but they can't deviate below what the charging committee recommends. However, despite this process, these boards, because despite strong community support and along with research and best practices showing that independent investigatory powers are critical for community oversight boards, none of these boards across the state currently have that authority right now. So what that means is that the police accountability boards, when reviewing the outcomes investigations, and the administrative charging committees, when deciding to discipline an officer or not, have to rely solely on police investigations. And that's a huge problem because it's still the police policing themselves. And the main reason why jurisdictions where there is some political will to give these boards powers, the reason they do not currently have these powers is because on the local level, we've dealt with, there's a lot of unclarity about whether or not the state law explicitly allows these boards to have these powers or not, or allows these local governing bodies to have the power to give these boards these powers or not. And as a result of this, it being unclear, the Fraternal Order of Police in jurisdictions where we've been organizing to give these boards these powers has been pushing back and threatening these jurisdictions with lawsuits. And so what we are trying to do this session is pass a bill that makes it very clear in state law that local jurisdictions, like for example, Prince George's County, if they wish, can give these boards independent investigatory power. So we're not dealing with legal analysis and can actually just go ahead and get to the crux of the debate, which is, should these boards have these powers? And we believe that they do. But because of this unclarity in the law, we haven't actually been able to have those debates and have been stuck on whether or not the local jurisdictions have the authority to do this or not. And that is why we are going in with a bill this session to make that clear, so that when we go back to the counties and try to give these boards these independent investor powers, we can go ahead and do that. And so that's what essentially this bill does. And this bill will be introduced by Delegate Malcolm Ruff and Senator Carter in the Senate.